The old woman's eyes blazed with spiritual fire as she stood in Alaba Market, Lagos. Her weathered hands trembled as she watched the young girl drive away in her red Mercedes, laughing cruelly at the humiliation she had just caused. "You want to mock the poor," Mama Kemi whispered, her voice carrying ancient power. "You want to treat human beings like worthless dirt? Then you will learn what it means to have nothing." She raised her hands toward the sky, and spiritual forces began to stir. "Within 7 days, everything you have will disappear. Your family's wealth will vanish like smoke. You will know hunger, rejection, and what it feels like when people look down on you with disgust." Thunder rumbled despite the clear sky. Mama Kemi had spoken. Do you love African folktales and storytelling with great moral lessons? Please click on the subscribe button and also like this video. Thank you. Victoria Adebayo, 19, had never known a day of want. Her father, Chief Michael Adebayo, was legendarily wealthy. Oil companies, banks, hotels across West Africa. Their Aja mansion had 22 rooms, 3 pools, and 15 luxury cars. Victoria was stunningly beautiful, but defined by her cruelty toward anyone she considered beneath her. She treated servants like furniture, was rude to waiters, and openly contemptuous of poor people. "Poor people are poor because they lack intelligence and ambition," she would say. "We're different from ordinary people because we're successful." Her friends felt uncomfortable but never challenged her. Victoria was their social leader, and crossing her meant losing access to expensive parties and luxury trips. Victoria needed a teacher. She was about to meet one. On the Wednesday that changed everything, Victoria woke at 11:30 a.m. in silk sheets. She decided to skip university classes for shopping with friends Grace and Joy. Traffic near Alaba Market was terrible due to a broken trailer. Victoria had never entered the market, that she shopped at air-conditioned malls. "This is so annoying," she muttered, honking aggressively at pedestrians. "These poor people need to learn how to organize properly." After 30 minutes of gridlock, Victoria decided to walk through the market to meet her friends on the other side. She stepped out in designer clothes and expensive jewelry, disgusted by the chaos around her. "This smells terrible," she announced loudly. "How do people shop in places like this? Everything is so dirty and chaotic." Victoria's obvious wealth and discomfort marked her immediately. Market women noticed but continued their business politely. Victoria interpreted every glance as judgment. She found her first target in Mama Rose, selling tomatoes. "Look at this," Victoria said loudly. "Everything looks wilted and old. No wonder poor people get sick. They eat food rich people would throw away." "My vegetables are fresh," Mama Rose said calmly. "I picked them this morning." "Your farm?" Victoria laughed mockingly. "You mean some patch of dirt? Real farms have modern equipment." More women gathered as Victoria climbed onto a wooden crate. "Listen carefully," she shouted. "Look at me, then look at yourselves. This is what success looks like. You people sell vegetables because you lack intelligence and ambition. I want you to remember the day Victoria Adebayo showed you what real class looks like." The women stared in shock. Mama Rose raised her hand to stop angry responses. "Let her finish," Victoria was encouraged. "Maybe some of you will learn and improve your miserable lives. There are different levels of human beings. People like me who lead, and people like you who serve." As she prepared to leave, feeling triumphant, she faced someone who would change everything. Standing in the crowd was Mama Kemi, different from all others. While other women looked hurt or angry, her face was completely calm. Her eyes held wisdom that seemed to see straight through Victoria's soul. Mama Kemi had lost everything: husband, children, home. But instead of becoming bitter, she had become a healer. People came from across Lagos seeking her traditional medicine and spiritual wisdom. She helped everyone, charging nothing from those who couldn't afford it. "Wait, child," Mama Kemi said softly but powerfully. "Before you go, why are you so angry?" "I'm not angry. I'm telling these people the truth. And what makes you think you know the truth about people you've never met? Victoria rolled her eyes. I can see they're poor and miserable. That's not judgment. That's observation. Tell me, child, what will you do if your money disappears? Victoria burst into laughter. Impossible. My father owns banks and oil companies. We have more money than we could spend in 10 lifetimes. But what if you lost everything tomorrow? Who would you be then? The question made Victoria uncomfortable. Her entire identity was built on wealth. That will never happen. People like me don't fall to your level. Mama Kemi's expression grew sad. Child, you mock people who work harder in one day than you have in your entire life. You believe money makes you better than other humans. Worst of all, you've let wealth make your heart cold. Save your wisdom for people who need it, grandmother. Everyone needs wisdom. But some people only learn through hard lessons. Victoria felt a chill. Are you threatening me? I don't threaten anyone. But remember this day. Remember how you felt looking down on these people. Because soon you will understand what it means to need help from others. You will know what it feels like when people look down on you. Victoria laughed. That will never happen. I am Victoria Adebayo. People like you will always be beneath people like me. She left with one final insult. Use your magic herbs to cure your own poverty. Mama Kemi watched sadly as Victoria walked away. Then, so quietly only those nearby could hear. Pride comes before destruction. This child will learn humility, even through suffering. She raised her hands skyward, and spiritual forces older than memory began to stir. The curse was spoken. Victoria's days were numbered. Day 1. Victoria felt triumphant, laughing with friends about her performance. She posted a mocking selfie that received negative comments as word spread about her cruelty. Day 2. More negative attention. Her Instagram post went viral for wrong reasons. Classmates whispered when she passed. Day 3. Her credit card was declined. Banks cited unusual activity requiring her father's personal attention. Chief Adebayo looked pale when she told him. Day 4. Friends canceled plans. Kemi told her parents forbade association with Victoria due to the viral video of her market speech. Day 5. Victoria woke to her father shouting on the phone. What do you mean the London deal fell through? Chief Adebayo looked aged overnight, hair messy, eyes red with exhaustion. Victoria, we have a serious problem. Someone stole $50 million from our London account. The entire Ghana oil project collapsed. Most of our money was invested there. If I can't fix this, we might lose everything. Day 6. Banks called constantly. Lawyers arrived with papers. Victoria watched her father's confidence crumble with each piece of bad news. Day 7. Victoria woke to trucks outside. Bank officials were repossessing everything. Furniture, cars, clothes, jewelry. They're taking everything, Chief Adebayo said. Signing papers. The house, cars, all of it. Where will we live? I don't know. I have failed you completely. As Victoria watched strangers carry away her entire life, she remembered Mama Kemi's words, "You will understand what it means to need help from others." The prophecy had come true with terrifying precision. Victoria and Chief Adebayo spent their first night homeless in his car behind a gas station. Victoria had never experienced such discomfort. Cramped space, no air conditioning, security guards shining flashlights suspiciously. How did this happen so fast? Victoria whispered. I became greedy, her father replied. I thought money made us better than others. I was wrong about everything. Her former friends all refused help. My parents said, I can't be involved. It's bad for our reputation. After a week sleeping in cars and under bridges, Victoria learned real hunger. Not pleasant appetite before expensive meals, but hunger that made her stomach cramp and hands shake. She learned what it meant to smell bad with nowhere to bathe. Most painfully, she learned to beg. Please, sir, just a few naira for food, she would whisper, outside shopping malls. Some ignored her. Others gave small amounts with pity, worse than rejection. A few recognized her from the viral video. This is what happens when you're heartless to poor people. After 3 weeks on the streets, Victoria was begging outside a supermarket when she heard, "Victoria? Is that really you?" It was Mama Rose, shocked at Victoria's appearance. Thin, dirty, wearing donated clothes. "We lost everything," Victoria cried. "Papa's business collapsed. We have nowhere to live." Mama Rose stared thoughtfully. "This is strange. Rich people don't become poor so quickly unless they've been cursed." Mama Rose took Victoria to Chief Adebayo, now sitting defeated on park benches. "Chief, this isn't normal business failure. This is spiritual." When Victoria described her confrontation with Mama Kemi, Mama Rose's eyes widened in fear. "You insulted Mama Kemi? Everyone in Lagos knows she has strong spiritual powers. She doesn't like using them to hurt people. But when someone shows extreme cruelty..." They visited Pastor David, who prayed and confirmed, "There's definitely a spiritual blockage around your family. Only the person who created it can remove it. You must ask Mama Kemi's forgiveness. Genuine forgiveness from your heart." Victoria felt hope. "I'll apologize for everything." "But the forgiveness must be real," Pastor David warned. "If you're pretending to get money back, it won't work." When they reached Mama Kemi's spot in the market, they found people crying and mourning. "Mama Kemi died 4 days ago," an elderly man said sadly. "She was sick briefly, then passed peacefully. She was like a mother to all of us." Victoria fell to her knees, crying hysterically. "She can't be dead. I need her forgiveness." "Then it's finished," Pastor David said gravely. "The curse cannot be reversed. Only Mama Kemi could have lifted it." "But there must be something else," Victoria pleaded. "The spiritual world doesn't give second chances when someone dies with fresh memory of cruelty." Victoria realized she would remain poor forever, finally understanding the weight of consequences. Months passed. Together they begged for food, slept in abandoned buildings, faced rejection from former friends. But Mama Rose, watching their genuine transformation, made an offer. "I have a small room behind my stall. You can stay if you're willing to work hard." Victoria's first instinct was to feel insulted. Work in a market? But looking at her exhausted father, she accepted. "We'll do anything. Thank you for this chance." Victoria's first day was humbling beyond imagination. Waking at 4:30 a.m., washing vegetables, arranging displays, her soft hands were soon red and sore. Market women remembered her cruelty. Look at the proud girl now, doing the same work she called worthless. Victoria wanted to quit but forced herself to continue. She had promised to prove she'd changed. When a young mother brought a sick baby but had no money for hospital, Victoria watched Mama Rose give away their entire day's profit for the child's treatment. "Some things are more important than profit," Mama Rose explained. Victoria was stunned. She'd never seen such selfless generosity. Over weeks, Victoria discovered the market community's true wealth. Mama Grace supported 3 orphans on small income. Brother Joseph gave free repairs to widows. Sister Mary fed hungry street children. These people she'd called failures were living lives of purpose and generosity that shamed her former lifestyle. When Victoria made a mistake with change, an angry customer shouted insults. Instead of defending herself, Victoria apologized humbly and gave extra vegetables. True strength isn't power to hurt others, Mama Rose taught. It's power to accept criticism and respond with kindness even when others are unkind. Victoria began understanding that real strength came from service, not dominance. 3 months later, David Okafor, from her wealthy past, found her in the market. "Victoria, what are you doing here? This can't be your life." When he offered her a job to escape market work, Victoria surprised everyone, including herself. "Thank you, but I'm happy where I am." "Happy? Living in a slum?" surrounded by poor people? I've finally found who I am, Victoria replied calmly. Someone who treats everyone with respect, finds joy in honest work, and helps others rather than looking down on them. David left disgusted, but the market women were amazed. Victoria had chosen community over comfort, love over status. 6 months later, Inspector Johnson, from the Economic Crimes Commission, found them with incredible news. We've recovered most of your stolen money. International criminals have been arrested. You can get everything back. Victoria and Chief Adebayo wept with joy. But when asked what they'd do with restored wealth, Victoria's answer surprised everyone. We'll help people. Make this market better. Help traders expand, build schools for their children. They used recovered wealth to establish microcredit programs, build a modern clinic, and construct a school. Victoria finished university while volunteering weekends in the market. Most importantly, they never forgot lessons learned during poverty. A year later, Mama Jennifer approached Victoria with something wrapped in cloth, a beautiful wooden carving. This belonged to Mama Kemi. She asked me to give it to someone who understood its meaning. Victoria held the carving of a woman and child with trembling hands. It represents love and forgiveness, Mama Jennifer explained. Mama Kemi told me about your confrontation. She saw something good in you that you couldn't see, capacity for love, hidden under pride. She saw that even when I was horrible, the curse wasn't meant to destroy you, it was meant to save you. She knew only by losing everything could you find what was truly valuable. Victoria wept, finally understanding Mama Kemi's wisdom. Years later, as an old woman, Victoria would sit in the market telling new generations, every person carries light inside. Your job isn't to judge by appearance, but to help their light shine. Be kind to everyone. You never know when your kindness might change someone's life. And in every heart that heard Victoria's story, Mama Kemi's spirit lived on, teaching the eternal truth. Love is the only magic that matters, and kindness is the only power that lasts forever. If this story has touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear that change is possible. Share it with someone cruel who needs to learn humility, someone hurt who needs to believe in forgiveness, someone lost who needs to know they can be found. Your own story is still being written. What ending will you choose? Remember, no matter how far you fall, love can lift you up. No matter how much you hurt others, forgiveness is possible. Everyone you meet carries inner light. Help them find it. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel for great African folktales with moral lessons. Thank you.